personally with Mrs. O'Rourke with B Suite. I did not speak with Jean because she was on her deathbed. I spoke with her son and daughter-in-law. I was in contact through our committee at that point with Chris Sweet, who owns the Manor Lodge. All of these residents gave their absolute support of the dance, had no problem with it. So that covers the residents. I also went to the fort and asked for a list of all the stable renters. They would not give me that. So I asked on social media, I have a copy of the post, if anybody would let me know. Every person and name that was supplied to me, I contacted or attempted to contact. I thought I covered my due diligence. So if I did not, I apologize to the horses, to their owners, but every person I talked to, copies of our correspondence, had no problem. We want to help, as do the residents. So for me, being here right now, it just blows my mind. Because all we are trying to do is provide entertainment, fun, bring that back to the fort. Because obviously, it's not happening right now. I did my due diligence. If you think that I would put Elsa O'Rourke in any kind of danger, you are insane. And just to judge,
can we just have the facts and not the opinion?
Yes, but you know what, Linda? When you cornered me on the street yesterday,
all I asked you was,
I left you crying. So I'm sorry if I'm getting a little upset now. And I will now turn this over. The one thing I didn't want to mention, the very last part of my timeline, is that Henry Garcia yesterday confirmed he had no problem with the location of the dance between the commissary and the stables for Fort Clark Days. As does Sheriff Coe.
I will amend to that. Henry called me right after your conversation and said in no way did he say it was okay. He said he would not take responsibility for it.
You also said she didn't talk to any other members.
I'm turning it over.
Christina and I received an email from Mr. Peterson on February the 11th that he had obtained a temporary liquor license for the butcher block for Fort Clark Days. When Christina and I met with him on January the 6th, he informed us it would be no problem getting the liquor license for the commissary. Who authorized him to get the liquor license for the butcher block? The fort does not run the Fort Clark Days. The board does not run the Fort Clark Days. Community council runs the Fort Clark Days. And no one on our committee authorized him to get a liquor license for the butcher block. We would like to play nice, and we request that Mr. Peterson get his license amended to the commissary for Fort Clark Days. This is the only money the fort makes off the Fort Clark Days, and we would like for them to make the most they can. He stated in his email that since we couldn't have the dance at the commissary, he was moving the liquor location. These are two separate entities. We did not want the bar in the commissary just for the dance. We want it for the entire weekend for the Red Garter Saloon. This has been done in the past. People are excited about the commissary being used again. The Cavalry Brigade did a fantastic job cleaning the commissary up for use. Christina and David have done a great job mopping and polishing the stage, and they polyurethane the bar, and it looks fantastic. There will be a place for people to sit down and talk, enjoy their libations, and listen to acoustic music. This is not available at the butcher block. If he cannot change his license, then we will acquire our own license and sell beer and wine in the Red Garter Saloon. He also sent us Henry Garcia's letter that he requested from Mr. Garcia, saying that he opposes the street dance in front of the commissary. We have spoken to every lot owner on McClellan Road east of the commissary and received their glowing endorsement to have the dance. They are fully aware of their ability to enter and exit through Unit 1 and an emergency. We have driven the route in multiple vehicles. The mud trucks use that route all the time. There is plenty of room for the ambulance to get through. We also met with Sheriff Fred Coe, who is very supportive of the dance at the commissary, and he plans to attend. He also stated that neither he nor Henry Garcia have any authority over what takes place on the fort because we are a private entity. They are there to serve us, not tell us how to do things. Randy from MUD has relayed to Henry there will be no barricades. No vehicles of any kind on McClernand Road or Buick. I spoke to Henry yesterday afternoon and he said with those stipulations, he doesn't care one way or the other about the dance. All he cares about is being able to get his emergency vehicles through if necessary. Now I want to address the statements made by Linda O'Brien and Alan Peterson that Christine and I have lied about contacting everyone east of the commissary and the stable clientele. Linda stated that we did not contact her about having a dance near the horse stables. On October 16th, after I worked Sutler's store, I joined Linda at the stables to meet Hiccup. At that time, I told her we were thinking about a dance in front of the commissary and would it disturb the horses. She said no, they would be in their stalls by then and would probably be interested as long as no one was throwing things at them. I assured her that would not happen. On October 18th, she was sitting on my front porch with my husband and I, and she asked if the music would bother the horses. I said, Linda, we just discussed this 2 days ago, and you said it wouldn't. We held our Fort Clark Days Committee at the commissary Wednesday evening, and we had a fire drill in the street. We were able to clear the street in under 30 seconds, and one of the people was on a cage. There will be no golf carts or vehicles on or next to the street. There will be no barricades in the street. We only need to be able to move people, and people who are spry enough to dance or spry enough to move out of the street. On February the 8th, our committee voted 100% unanimously to have the dance on McClernand Road. All this being said, we're having the Friday night dance on McClernand Road in front of the commissary.
Anybody else have anything they want to say? Mr. Peterson, do you want to weigh in here?
Other than the fact this is only a safety issue. And I did speak to Henry yesterday afternoon, and he said he still stands by the letter he provided us. Our insurance company still stands by the parameters they gave us. It's pretty self-explanatory. They contacted me the first time I contacted me. I said it's not a good idea, and I told them my reasoning, and that's where it's gone. I still don't think it's a good idea. The board can do what they want to do, but to think that something can't happen is sort of ignoring the things that have happened at the fort for the last 20 years that have gotten us in this situation. So, therefore.
I have a quick question, Mr. Peterson. Is the insurance available? Have you made the insurance available or given them the option to purchase the insurance?
I have given them the information for the insurance. It does need to be purchased, but it still does not absolve us from any liability for not providing proper egress or egress.
Is that correct, Ms. Francis?
Absolutely not. This is the first I've heard of insurance.
It was on the email that went out. Well, it might have gone to the
It only
board.
came to us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, the Fort Clark Days Committee has been purchasing insurance for years. That's a special event.
Can Fort Clark Days afford $350?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Right there.
Oh, that's a quote?
That's a quote.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Peterson, is there anything that you can think of that we could do to mitigate any of that, or is this just, are you kind of just saying this is completely off the table, or is there any creative ideas that we can come up with to mitigate this so that we could have it there? I'm just
The problem, and it's not me, this is Henry. Everybody questions his authority. He's the emergency authority for McKinney County. What he says pretty much goes. He has more authority than Sheriff Brad Coe. He has more authority than I do. He's the one that made the statement that he has routine calls to 3 people down there at the bottom of the hill that he goes routinely. If there is anything that keeps him from getting down there, he is worried about the liability of him and the fort if we okay it. That's why he's walked away. He said, I'm not okaying it. So it's not going to be on him. It'll be on us. And that's sort of the problem.
There will be no problem.
And,